Having crypto is beautiful, but is not helping you to really exit the system. It's helping you to get transitionary out with the concept that you are not depending in banks. It's so liberating to be alone. It's so liberating to be a single. It's so liberating to disconnect from societies that are not respecting or are not compatible to what your essence is. I'm Osher and I'm 47 years old. And for the last years, I'm traveling the world, but not just in order to travel and to see new sights. It's not what interests me. What interests me is to discover other cultures, observing in order to get rid from my own program, knowing better of myself, finding a more compatible environment and lifestyle that I could sustain myself longer, be happy. Understanding that life is a temporal phase, we are consumed by time, and the older we become, the less motivation, the less energy we have to invest in this self-discovery. Understanding it very early, I already did my sacrifications, left jobs that I hated, even that were very well paid, understanding that I'm going to invest my energy in what gives me energy and what comes from love. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some more insights. For me, being able to walk the world alone, being flexible, finding the budget to get the lifestyle I would love, it's a lot. But not only this, being healthy mentally, spiritually, physically, is actually like having a lot of money. Friends, people are spending so much money to fix their health, to stabilize their blood pressure, to stabilize their serotonin level, to reduce the anxiety level. But yeah, they have a nice car in the garage, or maybe they have a nice apartment with very high expenses. Anyhow, comfort never was my main goal. Security, finding one stable place, seemingly to be a really excuse for people not following their heart. So what is really freedom? Is to follow your heart? Is it courage? Maybe it's all this together. I'm not doing extreme sports. I don't need to do rally and to feel alive, to do surf, to jump bungee. It's not my thing. Even the simple things in life, having a walk like I'm doing now, to find a nice coffee place, having a quiet, hearing some nature sounds around me, even sitting hours alone, letting my thought to roll around, hearing myself, knowing what I want or what I don't. This has much more value to me than having a freedom to sit in a 5-star hotel, all inclusive, working that hard to stay in a place that people will tell you it's all in your mind, blah, blah. It's actually telling you to accept so much norms that are not making sense and making us more slaves. Many people speaking about leaving the system. Yeah, I always was speaking about it, even when I was in high school, in military. People forget that the first system is belief system. This is the first thing you should fight before you are even trying to break any rules or laws in the society level. If you break the belief system, the tradition of your family, of your childhood, of all the past program, this is the first way to have the choice to choose what is good for you and not what was good for your parents that actually conditioned you to be from the point one where you started. This is for me a real freedom journey. And freedom is a journey, is not a place or a thing that you are achieved. To be free, you should work on it. You should maintain it. You should understand what is the cost of living you need in order for you to get comfy with the energy stability you want to get. For example, myself, if I'm get too comfortable for a long time, not that I just get bored. My energy is not the ideal level, is not where I feel alive. So what sort of stimulation do I need for myself? What sort of condition do I need? Those are so many places in the world. Different places has different cost of living. Some places created a very strong bubble, like living in a very high demanded marketing city. New York, Los Angeles, Tel Aviv, London. Why? Why should I want to live there if the world is so big and has so much potency to create things? Do I need people there all the time? I meet people. I'm connected. And you learn to find the inner voice within you. Every time I'm going to a city and I'm hearing all the noises from machines, people screaming all around, it's so annoying. You cannot really listen to your inner voice. You cannot really listen to what you. It's like so much distraction, so much machinery move. And we all know that depression level in big cities is even higher than living in a village place. So why should I really work that hard? And what is to work hard? To do something, first of all, you don't love is to work hard, very hard, selling your soul. I'm not in this game. Being free is choosing, like an artist, to do exactly what you love, to be fully passionate about it, even investing all of your day, but this is what you love, you don't feel your work. And then with the cost of how much you can make, to find the place that makes you happy as well. So why should I live in a city that is sold and made of toxicity to pay bills for a system that is going to serve me as a sick person, or just for a few moments to sell me products that are killing me, like alcohol, bars, or McDonald's? For this, I really need, or to see some beautiful, sexy girls with boobs or guys with muscles to convince me that I'm in the right area, in the right celeb? No, thank you. I prefer to be alone and listening to the birds, see beautiful animals, and some beautiful people drinking coffee in the day. I finished with nightlife. It's not anything that is offering me happiness or social approach. I wasn't like this. I was very a nightlife consumer. But being free is being free from your addiction as well, from the habits that actually created you being dependent in something that is really taking your sanity, your health, and the real energy of you to create what you want and what feels for you good. You don't need $5,000 a month. You don't need $3,000 a month in many places around the world, or in the most of the world. Having crypto is beautiful, but is not helping you to really exit the system. It's helping you to get transitionary out. First of all, with the concept that you are not depending in banks that are going to dictate when and how you're going to spend the money, but is also the mindset approach that you can be free from this demonic structure that wants you paying the salary with everything set, that you will not move out from the comfort zone. Also, knowledge is freedom. When you know to do things, when you know to cook, when you know languages, when you know how to approach people, when you know yourself. This is the biggest one. Not just to know math, to know yourself. When you know yourself, you can manage your habits. You can manage so many things. So knowledge is freedom. But when you don't know and you are just repeating on old paradigm belief system, you are stuck in a jail of gold. I knew that I was in a jail of gold, and this is not freedom, my friends. And I tell you people, I just want Bitcoin to get to 100K and I can pay my debt. I could buy the car. I would buy a better apartment. You need crypto to make you rich in order for you to gain more money, to spend more money, to be more stucker in a system that you want and you wish to collapse. and then you will be happier and satisfied. I'm not going to help you be that rich. I'm not going to help you to be that stuck. The wisdom of freedom and the wisdom of crypto is to liberate you from banks, is to find you in a new scale of negotiation between people, of agreement between people, not even negotiation, agreement between people, that we could use our talents and to interchange services without the need of the old structure as you consider it right now, what you're going to do with the money, because you are still measuring Bitcoin with the USD. And not just Bitcoin, other coins. Everything has value if it has smart people inside, brains, thought, and architecture. But what is really your target to get money? What is your system? What is your approach for money? And specifically, yeah, we need money, but we not need it that much to be compatible to the life that is good and healthy for us. Many people, after winning the lottery, actually become miserable, or that very quickly after they lost everything, or they were in trouble by starting to be sued by prostitutes, or being with trouble with disease because of prostitutes or other things, and criminals that also came along and gave them pleasure in a very short term. Where is the balance? And how much you need? And how you are deleting that and living with the amount you have. If you want more, you give more of your talent, of your energy, but is a courage to go out from jail, the matrix that is putting us sitting in very limited place, and that we need to respect rules that are not corresponding with your own belief system. It's so great to be alone when we are redefining who we are, what is important for us, and how is to be ourselves in the world. Today I'm 47, but most of my life I consider myself to be miserable in a system that I hate, in a system that really never understood my needs, in society, in family that never understood my needs. I was upset. I was expecting everybody to understand me or to free me or to help me, but wasn't my case. I understood at one moment that I need to sacrifice or to give away a lot of what I owned. It also included to go far from my family, to open my mind to new belief system, to new opportunities, to expand my mind by learning different languages, by meeting different people that born and rise on different belief systems. Of course, I didn't see it much as one to believe. I don't know China. I don't know Arabic countries like Saudi Arabia and etc. to know, but generally opening the mind to more of your country and the region, not being in the same Western world. I found it to be in South America, something that did a lot of work. And I'm still open-minded. Maybe I will meet the Chinese, Asian style that anyhow is arriving to most places of where we are. Not being accepted is a very traumatic experience. And it's very much related to sexual identity as well, that once you locate you in a situation, get married. So many people started speaking in 2020 about don't comply. But what have you done most of your life? Complying to structures, to norms that kept you jailed in situation you really are not honoring your freedom, your real freedom in a soul spiritual level. Think about it, my friends. This is a real deal that we are speaking here. Of course, you need to have some skin in the game. You cannot just exit the system and to live in the right. You can. It is going to be challenging. You need to minimize your connection with the system. Having the card, having some way of income inside of the system, but rest of it to find your way around. But main task is to find your own style, to find yourself, then to go to places that has a much lower cost of living. It takes time to free yourself. And in many cases is being alone. In many cases is sacrificing all what you know, is sacrificing most of what you know, is finding time to listen to your own voice, rediscovering your talents, rediscovering your skills, listening just to the surrounding without too much controlling, trying to fit in. And some people really doing the V for achievements like building a beautiful family, at least beautiful to what people can see, a lot of expectation, got the pension. Some people enjoyed it or at least saw it. I don't need, to be honest. I don't wish myself, and I know that it is not all in our account, but to be conditioned by medical insurance the way the government is asking me. I know that if I will keep in the system, I will be sick, I will need it. But if I will not, and I will find places that are giving me better conditions, I could even for less improve my health. And I know the responsibility is all about alimentation. Do you think that Brazilians are better than Americans? Not always. The system in Brazil is also a matrix, is very limiting one as well with the CBDC. But at least Brazilians are using another side of intuition that I found to be very missing in many other societies. Maybe alimentation is part of it. This is one of the most tastier breakfast. This is the acai that I'm addicted to this. Drink it with banana. Beautiful. This is a lot of phases to speak about freedom and what freedom means. And investment in the stock market, in crypto, is just the tip of the iceberg of what real freedom people are seeking for.